Gonna have a garage today. Can't remember if I even said this yet. Morning. So another day, another dollar. Nah, probably no dollars. Probably just another day. But we're gonna start today in the black tractor. This is that thing's leaving today. I want to get a little bit more fuel out of it because I had filled it up yesterday, not knowing when they were coming to get it. And right now it's probably got about 90 extra gallons of fuel. So I'm gonna use that this morning till they come to get it. We're gonna head right down there and run this thing. Neighbor over there still feel cold, but all right, we are done with the black tractor. We have ran a sufficient amount of fuel through it. We're out of depth. We're gonna unhook it. But first, now that I'm over here on a concrete pad, I'm going to lower this accelerator down because I still don't think that this side is going in as deep as that side. So I'm gonna raise up my blades. How you adjust your depth. We're going to go very shallow. Then I'm going to unfold, stick the blades out, and we're going to measure the distance between the blade and the ground on both sides to see if my suspicion is correct. All right, now we'll drop that down, and then we'll do some measuring. Right there, we're at 3.5. 3 blades in. Let's go over here and check that one. 1/4 inch deeper on this side. So upon further investigation, it's not even a 1/4 inch. We're like maybe an 1/8 difference. I don't know. We're probably just going to go with it. The only thing I can see to adjust is this measurement here. That's about the only thing that can control the depth of this wing by physically moving that cylinder. But I don't know. Anyways, let's get unhooked from this. Good. Well, while we have 2 Fendts and a Challenger here, we need to get a picture. And it's a cool picture. I mean, there's a yellow one, a green one, and a black one. I gotta get a picture. I wish the building crew was done for the day, or if they were, I'd park this thing in there. I think that'd be a cool picture. So we're gonna take the yellow one now. Dad's gonna hook the green one to the corn planter. That's his planting tractor. And then I'll plant beans with this one. All right, back in the older style 1000 series. So the cab is the same in this tractor, like dimension-wise as the other two, but both of those have what's called the Fendt 1 cab, basically the next generation. A few differences, but for the most part it ain't bad. The handle feels completely different. I've been in that black tractor almost 70 hours now, and it just feels completely different, but I know how to use everything on this one, so I like that. You gotta consult my picture when unhooking a tractor. You have your hydraulics good. Always take a picture, especially if you're just switching tractor. That way you know what goes where. Unless you're smart and have yours marked. I guess that says a lot about me. Yeah, we got this thing hooked up. We'll pull it out. We got to clean out the black tractor because, well, I kind of lived in it in the last week. I need to clean it out, get all my stuff out of it so that it can be ready to be picked up. Woo, wind's picking up. I hope that means there's a storm coming. We need some rain. But I think I'm really going to miss the yellow when it's gone. So that tractor still has a couple more years on lease, but they no longer make yellow Challengers. That tractor is a Fendt. It says Fendt right on the serial tag, but it was branded Challenger for like 3 or 4 years. In my opinion, that was AGCO's way of easing all of their non-Fendt customers into a Fendt tractor. yeah, I'm gonna miss the yellow. Anyways, we'll go get the black tractor and pull it up here. We gotta put a little bit of depth in it because, well, I don't know if it has enough to drive back to the dealership. It's about 2 o'clock. We're gonna find some lunch, then we'll get this thing cleaned out and get back to tilling for a couple hours. Dax has a ball game tonight. I gotta go put on my coach hat. Go to that at 4 o'clock. To be honest, I'm probably gonna go home after that. I'm getting sleepy, and hopefully it's pouring rain. That is shaping up nice. I don't know what I'm more excited about, the house or the building. Both of them are pretty exciting. Squishy still ain't got squished. What a mess. We're just gonna steal a chapter out of the Millennial Farmer's book. Better. Still use vacuum though. Just leave their cardboard in there for them. Yeah, that tractor's good to go. Back in the yellow one. Back in the comfortable tractor. And what I mean by that, that one over there, it isn't our tractor, so I never messed with it, but the air pressure was very full. Tires are very full. And that one has a much better seat. That's much more comfortable. Man, I did miss this tractor. I know how to use this monitor. Got my ag leader back. The tractor itself is pulling faster. These are both 380 horse tractors, but this one feels like it has 50 more horsepower. Now I have a suspicion the hitch height is different on these two tractors. Maybe this bar is more level. Now I did check the accelerator when we hooked it to the Fendt, and it was level, I thought, but that is the only thing that I could think of. Pulling better, and yeah, feels good. Feels like it's doing a good job. Oh, we're going to get it. It's getting a little cloudy over there. I'd love to get a baseball game in today, but I'll take the rain. We can make up the baseball game. Running out of ground to strip till, but heading down to do the last field of river bottom ground this morning. I'd like to get it done and then move over to the home place and get a few acres done there before hopefully we get a rain this afternoon. We're pretty dry, and we can use a little bit of water in the ground, so hopefully the rain's moving in. It might be back here behind me. But we're gonna run until we get rained out, get as much ground as we can get covered done. We've got about 340-ish acres to go as far as getting corn ground strip tilled. I'd like to get that under 300 today. Sounds like it shouldn't be too hard to do that, but between loading and moving and all that good stuff, if I can get 80 acres done today before rain, I think that would be tremendous. So that's what we're going to shoot for. This field down here in the river bottoms, I could have done last night, but it's, like I said, it's the last field on the river bottoms. There's a lot of trash in the end rows a lot of times. It was dark, didn't really want to drag up a bunch of stuff and not be able to see it because of dust, which is a real issue when you're towing this thing behind you and it's this dry. Thought I'd play it safe and come back this morning and get it taken care of. Should be able to get this field done before lunchtime and definitely before the rains. Yep, we'll be back when we get in the field. All right, here we are. This is the field we're running. There's about, I don't know, 32, 33 acres here. I'm gonna do a little multitasking here. Unfold the machine while I load up my product. Okay, load up the guidance line. Brian mapped most of these fields a couple years ago and established a guidance pattern for each one of them, so that kind of makes it nice. So now that I'm in here, I need to load my prescription for fertilize. Scroll. 7227. That's how many pounds of mez I'm putting down. 7227. I write that down and then I check at the end of the field, especially on smaller fields, to make sure that we're accurate. 3,871 pounds. Today is April 21st. Okay, so our prescription is now loaded. There's the overhead view of our prescription map for mez. It says we're just our zones. I don't like the overhead view I'm running. It's our master screen right there. Start turning things on. Put our meters on. Our blower on. I've got air moving through. You can see the weeds underneath the units moving back and forth. That's a good sign. It means we got air coming out. Kick on our master switch, which tells our units it's okay to run. One thing I got to do here is go from headlands to make my work area active. This green area, my section control units will only kick on whenever I go into that green area now. Get out of that screen and we're ready to go. I can go down here to this end and start and work my way back to the other border there. Brian
Ryan's been down here with the accelerator and run some areas where debris, corn stalks, bean stubble, all that's kind of washed up and made a mat. So he's run the accelerator through that to break that up a little bit. My road cleaners will push the rest of it out of the way. That way Dad has a clean area to plant corn through. Alright, locking on guidance line. Oh, still needed to go further. That's alright. Here we go. 10th gear was not a good idea. Downshift a couple times there. Now, I guess this little slough that I'm running through right here is why we call this the hole field. Whenever the river gets up, this turns into a big water hole. We see all kinds of cool stuff. Tree limbs, water heaters, all kinds of good stuff right through here. See, this pass is not very long. The roads will get a little longer as we work our way to the kind of the southeast. Alright, we're cruising right along. We're 10 and a half acres in. Here's what the product looks like when we're done. Pulling up a little bit of moisture. Hopefully we'll get some of this rain this afternoon or tomorrow. Kind of mellows out these seed beds. If not, we may be back with the accelerator and rolling baskets. I don't want to do that, but if we have to, we will. Let's check out some productivity numbers. We're running 23.7 acres an hour, averaged about 5 miles an hour. It's going a little hard through this stuff. Been at it for just under half an hour. And our current rate, we should be done in about an hour. To go along with our productivity screen, we've got a couple other things we can look at here. This screen, the product screen, shows what we're applying, our minus 10, our potash, our average rate, how many pounds we've put down over the acres we run. And we've also got a nutrients tab, and that breaks down basically how many pounds of nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium we're putting in the ground as we're running. Putting down 25 pounds an acre of nitrogen. So far we've put down 281 pounds. There's a little bit of nitrogen in the fertilizer we're putting in. Dad puts most of our nitrogen down liquid. Alright, so one of the events that slows down this process just occurred. Doing the first headlands pass, hit a tree root and sheared a breakaway pin on one of our points. So I'd go out and reset that and put a new pin in and get back to it. Pins in that one, pins in that one, pin is gone. And what happens is that just lets that hold everything from here back. Let's just right up out of the ground. You can see the difference. Good thing we're getting fertilizer applied, but you can see what that trench looks like compared to all the rest of them. And we can walk back a ways, and right here's where it happened. There's probably a root 4 or 5 inches down in that, caused things to pop. You can see it caught and it come up and it actually skipped. It's not even in the ground right there, see? And then it started just dragging. So we'll get him fixed up. So I got a punch and a hammer to make sure the other one's gone. It's out. All right, good to go. Well, this day is taking a turn, kids. I think we are doing what's called extreme stripping now. Getting a little soggy. I got one pass to finish, and I'm trying to keep everything together just to get it done. Stay tuned. Yeah, so this last pass consists of about 4 or 5 acres. The baskets are starting to about ball up with dirt. Tires are starting to collect some dirt. Much needed rain is here. I just wish it would have held off another 15 minutes. Get this field done, and I think we're probably done strip tilling for the year. I do have a product delivery hose on unit 14 that's kinked, so I don't know how much, if any, fertilizer is going through there at the moment. Just trying to get it done. And it is definitely starting to ball up in the baskets and drag up a little bit. You can see it's not leaving a nice clean trench anymore. It's kind of throwing stuff everywhere. I probably could have got it done, but the first headlands pass, I had to repair. I tripped 3 units, so I had to repair those. A couple of other items that needed attention on the machine, and that cost me about 25 minutes. So, daggone. Can't see anything out this window hardly. Pretty blurry. There you can definitely tell a pronounced difference between the strip till or the strips that I made when it was a little bit drier and the strips that I'm making now. Okay, so we're still rolling along. We gotta get to that corner over there by those 28 tanks to finish up. Looks like the rain has let up a little bit. Unfortunately, the conditions have already gotten to the point where they're less than ideal. Let's finish up these last couple acres and try not to make too big of a mess of them. If I am able to get going again, I can get that hose repaired. Oh, those rolling baskets are packed full of crud. Get cleaned out. Unfortunately, I'm not going to stand out in the rain today and do that. See if we can get Brian to help us with that project. That's it. That's the finish line right over there. I just got a message popped up on my screen. It said check load cell harness for product 2, which is my potash bin. Yeah, it said no weight, and then it said like 5 million pounds, and now it's down to 45 pounds. Yeah, there's potash in there. I loaded plumbing to run this field, so I know that I'm not out of product, but I'm assuming some wiring got wet, and it's less than impressed with the weather conditions. Definitely not supposed to run in this kind of weather. All right, guys, we made it. It ain't pretty, but we got done. I'm gonna fold her up and park this beast somewhere here, because I'm going to do some work on it when the rain does stop, probably tomorrow. Third section right over there, that's the hose that's kinked. Got a hole in it now. Oh man, what a mess. Drop it down in the cradle, and we are locked in transport mode. So interestingly, it's just the guide wheels. Those wheels that are packed, all that does is keeps the machine that depth. Those are the ones that I figured would be all gummed up and nasty. Those are kind of like the closing wheel type rollers. Definitely left my windows down while I was strip tilling. Dad put them up, but it was after the worst of the rain. So let's see how bad the seat looks. Oh man. Oh well, shoot, that's not bad. Need to get cleaning, but
So we have some decisions to make. Do we quit? So when I go back that way, I'm getting covered in rain. I don't think it's raining enough yet, but I think it's going to soon. Well, I gotta leave in 20 minutes anyway, so we're gonna stay out here as long as we can. But I do think we're gonna get some rain. But back there, it's raining. So I think this is gonna be our last round. We've got 100 acres of this 160 done, so we did make some pretty good progress on it, but I got a feeling by the time we get done with this baseball game, if we get it in, it's gonna be pouring rain. But we're gonna take us up to the barn. We're just gonna leave it out. It is filthy. It's got dusted with rain just enough that the dust, well, I guess it's got speckled with rain just enough that the dust is turned it black. We gotta go get some cameras from the house site and the shop site also. But you know, the sun's came back out now. Poured rain over here, so hopefully my GoPro didn't get fried. So they got the garage framed up finally. Yep, I think we got a leak. Must have rained pretty hard for a little bit. We survived.